Hare Krishna Prabhuji's and Mataji's.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranams Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharmat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Andi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, all devotees. My humble obeisances and Dandavat Pranam to all of you. I invite you and welcome you to the early morning short Bhagavatam class. This class is being run by the Radha Govinda Temple, Kulai, Mangaluru. And I especially invite you for and on behalf of His Grace, Sri Namanisha Das Prabhu. Let us begin with our prayers so that we understand the message very clearly and rightly. If we understand it rightly, we'll be able to put into practice and would like to be one of those who are liked by Lord Krishna. Can you hear me clearly, Matajis and Prabhujis?
Yes,
Prabhuji Vishal.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Agnan Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Swapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishakhanutansh He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. May I request you all to follow me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Janmadasya yato anvayada itiratas chartheshu abhinah swarat.
Janmadasya yato vyaditarata chartheshu abhijanaswarat.
Tene brahmaradayadi kavai huyanti yat surayah.
Dehi Brahmaridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Suryaha.
Tejo vari mrudam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo prusha.
तेजोवारिमृतां यथा
यदा
विनिमयो
विनिमयो
त्रिसर्गो
यत्र
मृषा
त्रिसर्गो अमृता
नाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि
नाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं
परं
धीमहि
धीमहि
धर्मः प्रोजयिता कैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम्
धर्मः प्रोजितकैतवोऽत्र
कैतव
परमो
अत्र परमो
निर्मत्सराणां
निर्मश्चरा शरणं
सताम्
सदम्
वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्
वेद्यं वास्तवम्
तव
अत्र
अत्र
वस्तु शिवदम्
वसुपदं
तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्
तापोत्रिमूलनम्
श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैश्वरः
श्रीमद्भागवते
श्रीमद्भागवते
महामुनिकृते
महामुनिकृते किं वा
वरेरीश्वरः
परैरीश्वरः
साध्यो रद्य अवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः
सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र
अत्र
कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः
शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात्
तत्क्षणात्
दीर्घमकल्पतरुर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रव्यसंयुतम्
निगमकल्पतरोरगलितं
निगमकल्पतरोरकलितफलं चकासामृतात्रं संयुतम्
पिबत भागवतं रसमालयम् मुहुरहो रसिका विभावुकाः
पिबत भागवतं रसामालयं मुहुरहो रसिकभुवभावुकः
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम्
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमम्
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये
देवीं
देवीं सरस्वतीं
सरस्वतीं
व्यासं
व्यासं
ततो
ततो
जयमुदीरये
जयमुदीरये
शृणतां स्वकथः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन
शृण्वतां स्वं कथाः कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः
जयन्तस्तोयभद्राणि विदुनोति सुरस्तथा
हृदयन्तोऽसो
हृदयन्तोऽसो हि
ह्यभद्राणि
अभद्राणि
विधुनोतीह
शृणोति
संस्तुताम्
नश्च प्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नष्टप्रायेषु
येषु अपदेषु
अप्रदेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
ओके
भवति
भगवती नैष्टिकी
नित्यं भागवत सेवया daily recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam brings Uttama Sloka nearer to us, and we worship Uttama Sloka, Lord Krishna himself. This automatically removes all inauspicious things from in and around our life and brings in Naistiki Bhakti to us. And Naistiki Ahituki Bhakti is the purpose of our life to go back to God. Okay. Chitra Mohini Devidasi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
We are going to have 5th canto, 5th chapter, 25th verse today. We did 24th verse yesterday. Go ahead, Chitra Mohini Devidasi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Matyopya anantat parata parasmat. Swargapavargadhipaterna kinchit. Yesham kimu sadhitarena tesham. Akinchana mai bhakti bhajam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Vijaya Kumari Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मत्तु अभि अनन्तात् परतः तस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गादिपदेर्न किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यात् इतरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजम् थैंक यू प्रभु जी
Thank you. Venkat Narasimha Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
मत्तोऽप्यनन्तात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गादिपतेर्न किञ्चित् येषां पुण्यस्यादितरेण तेषां न अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम् हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Prabhuji. Next time, bring yourself little closer to your laptop. It's reads little louder. Surekha Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम मत्तोऽपि अनन्तरात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाधिपतेर्न किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यादितरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम् हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Mataji. Surya Prakash Rao Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मत्तोऽप्यनन्तात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाधिपतेः अनकिञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यादितरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम् हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anjali Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी मत्तः अपि अनन्तात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गा अपवर्गा अधिपतेः न किञ्चित् येषां किं युस्यात् इतरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चिनानाम मयि भक्तिभाजाम् हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Mataji. Mallika Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मत्तोऽपि अनन्तात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गपतेर्न किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यादितरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम् थैंक यू प्रभु जी हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Mataji. Subbarao Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मत्तोऽप्यनन्तात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाधिपतेर्न किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यादितरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम् हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Thank you, Prabhuji. Srinivas Rao Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मत्तो मत्तोऽपि अनन्तात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाधिपते न किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यादितरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम् हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Prabhuji. Madhusoni Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मतोऽपि अनन्तत् परतरः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाधिपतेन किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यादितरणे तरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम्. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Anjali Mataji. Revati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी मत्तो अभि अनन्तात् पाद परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाकादिबदो न किञ्चित् येषां किम् उंसायि इतरेण देशाम् अकिञ्चनानामयि भक्ति भाजाम्. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, Mataji. Ziomi. Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
मत्योऽपि अनन्तात् परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाधिपतेर्न किञ्चित् यथा किमं स्यादितरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानान्मयि भक्तिभाजम्. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. थैंक यू प्रभु.
Thank you, Mataji. Pushpam Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Hare
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मत्तोऽभिअनन्तात् वरद परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गादिपदेन किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यात् इतरेण देशाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिबाधाम्. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Thank
थैंक यू.
you. Anyone left out? Okay. Surya Prakash Rao Prabhuji.
Hey Krishna Prabhu.
Can you read synonyms for us?
Basically here font is small Prabhu.
Is
Maybe
it? No problem.
no, Ganesh. Oh, it was not brought. Please give it to somebody, you know.
Okay,
Sorry.
no problem. No
Please.
problem. Prabhuji, no problem. No. Subbarao Prabhuji. Are you there? Okay. Surekha Mataji.
Please project Prabhuji. It's not seen.
It is not seen.
Not
Yes.
seen. It's not seen on the screen.
It is yeah, it is not. But I can read. I have book. Hare Krishna.
You mean the screen is not seen?
Prabhuji,
Screen
you have
is
to
seen, Prabhu.
scroll
You
it
have to
up,
scroll.
Prabhuji. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
We
You
can see
scroll-
the sloka only.
Loka is there. Synonyms are not put, Prabhu.
I already scrolled it and it shows synonyms.
Here it is not displayed, Prabhuji.
Okay, okay. So I need to reshare the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Till then, can I read?
Surekha Mataji, you go ahead in the meantime.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Mattaha from me. Api even. Anantat unlimited in strength and opulence. Parataha parasmat higher than the highest. Swarga apavarga adhipatehe able to bestow happiness obtainable by living in the heavenly kingdom, by liberation, or by enjoyment of material comfort and then liberation. Na, not. Kinchit, anything. Yesham, of whom. Kim, what need. You, oh. Syat, can there be. Itarena, with any other. Tesham, of them. Akinchana nam, without needs or without possessions. Mai, unto me. Bhakti bhajam, executing devotional service. Hare.
Thank you, Mataji. Now
Hare.
can you see the screen with synonyms?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Translation. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I am fully opulent, almighty, and superior to Lord Brahma and Indra, the king of heavenly planets. I am also the bestower of all happiness obtained in the heavenly kingdom and by liberation. Nonetheless, the Brahmanas do not seek material comforts from me. They are very pure and do not want to possess anything. They simply engage in my devotional service. What is the need of their asking for material benefits from anyone else? Purport. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The perfect Brahmanical qualification is stated here. herein. Akinchanam Mayi Bhakti Bhajam. The Brahmanas are always engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. Consequently, they have no material wants, nor do they possess material things. In Chaitanya Charitamrut, Madhya Leela 11.8, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains the position of pure Vaishnavas who are anxious to return home back to Godhead. Niskinchanasya Bhagavat Bhajano Mukasya, those who actually want to return back to Godhead are Naiskinchana. That is, they have no desire for material comfort. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises, Sureka Mataji, would you help me to go through this verse?
Yes, Prabhu, I'll try. Sandarshanam Vishayinam Atha Yoshitam Chaha Hanta Hanta Vishabhakshananto Api Asadhu.
Material opulence and sense gratification through the association of women are more dangerous than poison. Brahmanas who are pure Vaishnavas always engage in the Lord's service and are devoid of any desire for material gain. The Brahmanas do not worship demigods like Lord Brahma, Indra, or Lord Shiva for any material comfort. They do not even ask the Supreme Lord for material profit. Therefore, it is concluded that Brahmanas are the supreme living entities of the world. Sri Kapil Deva also confirms this in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29.33. Sureka Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Tasmanmaya arpita sesha kriyarthatma nirantataraha maya arpitatma manaha pumso mai sanyasta karmanaha na pashyami param bhutam akartum samadarshinath.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. The Brahmanas are always dedicated to the Lord's service with their bodies, words, and mind. There is no better person than a Brahmana who thus engages himself and dedicates himself to the Supreme Lord. We are going through the series of verses recently describing the Brahmanas, and it's quite fascinating from verse 21 onwards. The first verse, verse 21 and 22, actually describe some kind of a hierarchy that appears in the living entities. And these hierarchies are mentioned as inanimate objects, the objects which do not move stays there. Higher than that are immovable living entities like plants and trees. And then comes the movable living entities. Further than that are animals who only know eating, mating, fearing. Then human beings come after animals. And then further than human beings are Pramathas, further than that is Gandharvas, then Siddhas, then Kinnaras, then Asuras, and then Devatas. So Asuras are just less than Devatas. They are pretty powerful, far powerful than the human beings. After Devata comes the king of heavenly planet, Indra, and then comes Daksha and Shiva, who are the sons of Lord Brahma. And Brahma, as you and me, all of us know, came out of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So he is directly born from Vishnu. This is the hierarchy that we see with the living entities and all the entities that are there in the cosmic manifestation. Mind you, you know all of these are made of matter, and this matter is called Mahat Tattva by simple divine glance of Karanodakshaya Vishnu. This magnificent cosmic manifestation with all these entities is created. If we go a little further and look at the human being, we have what we call all of us born as Sudras. We do not know what we are, and so let's put ourselves as Sudras. As our gunas and dharmas are exhibited, we then get classified into various things. But these Sudras then become Dvija with Upanayan Sanskar or training ceremony. This is what we call Dvija or twice born. This person gets the training ceremony is then qualified to accept the spiritual master and learn Vedas. When he completes his knowledge about Vedas and completes his studies with his spiritual master, he becomes what we call Vipra or qualified Brahmana. The word Brahmana comes here. It's a Vipra who is qualified Brahmana. So in other words, qualified Brahmana is the one who has a spiritual master, and with the help of the spiritual master, he has acquired all the Vedic knowledge. He possesses all the Vedic knowledge, and he has started putting that into practice of his life. When this Vipra gets further realization, what we call self-realization, then the Vipra becomes a Vaishnava. So the difference between Brahmanas and Vaishnavas are, besides many other differences, Vaishnavas are the realized souls. They have realization, they are already liberated, but they are still embodied and living a human life. As it was said yesterday, Brahmana cannot be Vaishnava. He can be further progress, but he is not Vaishnava. But Vaishnava certainly is Brahmana. So in our human evolution, we consider that Vaishnava is the final authority. Lord himself says that because I am inclined to the Brahmanas are best of all. Brahmanas have their qualities, and we learned those qualities yesterday. But before that, we learned in verse 20, Yes. The Supreme Lord is also called Brahmanya Deva. You remember we have two slokas when we offer our food. Om Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurateshe Namo. And Namo Maha Brahmanya, Namo Maha Brahmanya. That's the second sloka in which the Brahmanya Dev comes in. The verse 23 describes, as we did on day before yesterday, that Brahmanas actually eat for gods. Lord Krishna says that I eat through the Brahmana's mouth. I do not find anyone comparable to the Brahmanas because I desire more pleasure from the food offered through the mouth of Brahmanas than from the arena of sacrificial fire. Yesterday we all learned there are 8 qualities of Brahmanas, and these qualities are very important. As you know, they are Sama, Dhamma, Satya, self-explanatory qualities, Anugraha, Tapasya, Titiksha. Titiksha is nothing but tolerance. And Anubhava. A person who has these 8 qualities makes him a perfect Brahmana, and who are also now described here as Vaishnava. And today's verse is describing to us that Brahmanas have no material aspiration at all. Brahmanas are totally involved in the devotional service of the Lord. Mind you, this is a loving, unalloyed, transcendental devotional service. And because they are totally involved in the devotional service of the Lord, they do not need any material comfort. They do not have any material comforts, and they do not ask for any material benefits. And that's why they never pray to demigods. They are actually involved in a devotional service of the Supreme Lord. And Lord says that I am the bestower of all the happiness and all the material things that one desires. But even they do not ask those material benefits to me. If they are not asking benefits to me, whom they are worshipping all through and engaged in worshipping throughout their life, how would they be asking elsewhere? So Brahmanas ultimately reach a level, get themselves self-realized. And of course, once you are self-realized, you know you are liberated, though you are embodied. The total liberation comes at the time of when you leave your material body. That's when you achieve your Swarupa and probably a transcendental body as per your karmas. This is all has been talked about in this verse, but is beautifully explained. The verse 21 to 25 are to be looked at as a bird's eye, and we look at them with the fact in 21 and 22 verses, they are describing various hierarchies, and then we go into the hierarchies of the human being. First are the hierarchies of the entities, then living entities, and then human beings. And this hierarchy leads us to Brahmanas, which are very much liked by God. And when you feed Brahmana, actually you are feeding God himself. Verse 24 describes in detail all the 8 beautiful qualities that each Brahmana develops. And today's verse emphatically describes us. So the verse 23 and 24, basically 23 describe Brahmanical culture, 24 describe the Brahmanical qualities, and 25th is describing all about the Brahmanical devotional service. It's very, very difficult to achieve a stage where you do not have any needs. It means you are more or less Atmarama, where you take all pleasures from your own self and you do not need anything from outside. To achieve this stage is not very easy. It's a long process. And all these long processes actually requires continuous transformation from the day you enter Krishna consciousness. When we enter Krishna consciousness as neophytes, we start with the 4 basic regulative principles. We follow them. Then we start with the Mangala Arati and then Japa, reach to a level of 16 rounds, continue with our Arati and 4 regulative principles, and start attending temple sevas. The most important thing is continuing all of the things that you have begun. If you start with Mangala Arati and Japas and then leave something else, it doesn't really make much difference to your progress. So anything that you keep adding to your bhakti marg must be carried out regularly. Prabhupada explains this, that this bhakti marg and japas are like medicine. They're cleaning our hearts, removing all anarthas, removing all the offenses, and cleaning the path to walk on. But it must be done on a regular basis. The most important thing is doing it regularly. Unless the regularity comes in, this does not really succeed very well. And medicine not only has to be taken regularly, but it has to be taken in a required dose. If you are attending Mangala Arati and then you are doing Japa and then you are reading Bhagavatam and Gita for a particular prescribed time, as the time goes, all these things must increase either in their attentiveness or in their time lapse. But these must continue at a minimum level regularly. Unless that is done, the advantages of those things that you are doing do not become apparent. So not only that bhakti marg, if you follow, it must be done right, but it must be done in a quantum also equally or better than the previous one. Drugs, when you take initially, they have a strong effect, But as you take them regularly, their effect also goes reducing. For an example, if you are taking a multivitamin tablet, you start taking it, and if you take daily for 1, 2, or 3 months, the amount of absorption that is being done in your gut keeps reducing, and that automatically raises the requirement of the drug quantity. Similarly, in a spiritual path, the requirement of our timing spent in various things and more attentiveness is being invested into the things that we do changes the game. Unless this is done, when we start writing a journal, we realize that we are probably just trying to swim at the same spot. So all of us have to make an effort to see, suppose we are doing 16 rounds, to see that how many of those 16 rounds you are really doing it with great attentiveness, loudly speaking and hearing them. You will find initially that out of one round, maybe you take 20, 25 times, you hear them very clearly. Rest of the times, your mind goes elsewhere. This has to change. This number 25 has to go to 50 and 70. Unless this is done, the spiritual progress does not occur. In the reading part, if you are reading for half an hour, the timing has to increase. We all believe that when you read, you are reading. You're not doing something else while you're reading. And speed is reading speed is really the key. It is said that if you are driving, if you drive slowly, you have lots of chance to wander around all the time and look at all side streets. But if you drive fast, you are certainly more attentive towards the road ahead. And that's why it has been suggested and recommended that when you read, maybe you read louder and read fast. So the devotional service thus begins and progresses that only will have the Bhakti Lata taking you all the way to the lotus feet of the Lord. You all know very well, but much better than me, that when Bhakti Lata reaches the lotus feet of the Lord, that's when it fructifies. What it means by fructifying is really the self-realization. It's very easy for one to say that I am not the body, I am the soul. It's also very easy for us all to say that all of us are souls and the material body is just a matter covering. It's again very easy to say that all the souls are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and that we all, the souls, constitutionally are servitor to the Lord, Supreme Lord. We know all these things, now we have understood them. But unless we put them into practice, unless we start seeing every human being that comes in front of us as a soul, and that too a divine soul, a Sat Chit Anand, we still are the same human beings as we were in the material world. So our transformation is very important. And mind you, transformation comes from thinking. Action comes last. Although action actually shows, and we are more interested in the show business than what actually we are. We must start thinking in that way to develop habits and our actions. Devotional service, though looks very easy, as Prabhupada has said, is not a passive process where you sit in the corner and have fun. It's a hard life. It's difficult to really carry on the way we plan to. Many a times we have reverses like you can't finish the round, you can't do this, you can't do that. But there is no atonement. If you haven't done something, fine, forget it and go ahead and start doing it again. That's the best way of continuing devotional service. It's very important that we begin whatever we have begun must continue very strongly. And for that, try and get as much association of senior devotees, as much association in the classes, and try and visit temples. Visiting a temple is a big, big boon. And you will realize once you go there, even if you are chanting at home, and when you are sitting in a temple and chanting, that chanting always looks much more magnificent, much more rewarding, and much more satisfying. Well, we end this here. So in short, we have learned in last 5 verses all about Brahmanas, all about the hierarchy and Brahmanas' qualities. Brahmanas eat food for Lord, and Brahmanas do not ask for any material gains. And so our aim is to become Brahmana. If we become something that Lord likes, then automatically we are going to be attracted to him, and he is going to pick us up and bring us to him. Any question, any revelation, any addition, any queries? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Surya Prakash Rao Prabhuji.
Very nicely explained, Prabhuji. This recollects me one thing about the chanting, Prabhu.
Yes.
I read in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila 22.113 about chanting and concentration. If you permit me, I read 3 sentences.
Please go ahead.
That is goes like this, Prabhuji. In the service of Sri Guru Gauranga and Krishna, one must follow many rules, regulations, and principles. But of all these activities, the most important duty is to always chant Hare Krishna. Sri Prabhupada confirms this. He has suggested 4 regulations. Of all the regulative principles, the spiritual masters order to chant the at least 16 rounds in most essential. It is most essential. Srila Prabhupada stressed 4 rules in japa. Early morning, chanting 1. Second is full concentration. Third is distant pronunciation. And last one is attentive hearing. This is how in japa also, if you concentrate all these things and continue our 16 rounds, I will that our heart will be cleansed, removing all the anarthas, and the path in the Bhakti Yukta Seva, you can advance it. That's about, that is
Thank you,
about
Surya
this,
Prakash.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much. I think we all need these reminders. And Srila Prabhupada at one stage has said that while doing your bhakti, if the time is not permitting because of one or the other reason beyond your control, then at least the last thing that you should never miss is japa. So japa is never to be left. Do everything else as much as you can, but japa must be done regularly and in the same number of rounds. Thank you, Surya Prakash Rao Prabhuji. This is a wonderful thing that you brought to us. Thank you. Any other addition, revelations, queries, questions? It might look as if we are now going through like, we are Bhakti Sastris and we know all these things and why should we all repeat? But I tell you, time and again, we need repetition of the basic things so that we do not forget basic. We do not forget the basic things that are very essential in our spiritual path. Venkat Narasimha Das Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You have raised your hand, Prabhuji.
Maybe that is for Sloka Prabhuji. He has forgotten to download. Hand down करने का.
Okay,
भूल गया.
Sureka Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Actually, Prabhu, this is not regarding this shloka. I just wanted to remind everyone that our level 1 registration is going on, and the classes are going to start from 3rd of June, that is this Monday. So I request everyone to try and bring as many people to register as possible. Just talk to your relatives, talk to your near ones, whoever. So try to increase the registration, because level 1 is our basic structure. So from there only we have come up, and so as many registrations as possible we need actually. Otherwise, NND Prabhuji was also saying that if level 1 registration goes down, then the entire structure may collapse. So it is very important that we get as many registrations as possible in level 1. So I request everyone, bring one, everyone, at least one. So that is my request, Prabhu. That I
Thank
wanted.
you, Sureka Mataji. As you all know, Sureka Mataji is our super coordinator, and she is very right. We get repeat registrations, and these repeat registrations have many repeaters. Getting new registrations is becoming difficult these days, and it's very important that we have registrations. We spend lot of money of all people who are donating money to temple. As you know, we spend more money than people donate money. So by spending so much money, at least the worth should go to people in terms of teaching and preaching. And so each one is requested. Actually, the request of Namanisa Das Prabhuji, our Guru Maharaj, is that each one should bring one registrant into the course every month. So we must try, and in our vernacular Gujarati language campaign, we have started that all those who have their WhatsApp account, Facebook account, and Instagram account can also create a parallel account wherein the publicity kind of the pamphlet kind of a poster kind of a thing that is being generated in the temple can be put up there, and that would have a wider circulation and certainly would generate more registrants. It's always nice to teach to people who are coming again and again with their interest. but it's also nice to teach to newer people, enroll them, and then take them to further levels like level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. So that dropping out rate had been very high initially. Now it is reducing, and the personal association and counseling must be done to get this dropout rate reduced. Thank you, Surekha Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
GOP, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Go ahead.
Wonderful class, Prabhuji. Actually, rightly you said now that we did not have knowledge previously. After hearing only, we know the importance of devotional service, importance of chanting, importance of hearing. And with that knowledge, then we understand. And after understanding also, if we are not applying, then there is no use of attending classes, Prabhuji.
That's true, Mataji.
We are trying, thanks to devotee association, so much we are trying, we know about the qualities of Brahmanas. At least if we are not able to inculcate, then we will try, Prabhuji.
Yes.
We will try. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. That's very important. I think we all know that if we try and say that we'll reach the sky, maybe we may not reach the sky, but we'll fall on the moon. That's good enough. There's a very good English saying that you try for the sky, if not the sky, you will fall on the moon. So you have reached moon anyway. So, but spiritual progress has to be there, and we'll have to recognize. Of course, Prema Kishori Mataji is an expert in this field, how to recognize your spiritual progress. And she has wonderful techniques and ideas. Someday I'm sure she will repeat those things. It's a lot of things to learn from her about the real progress that we are having or not. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for that revelation.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. If there is nothing else, we call it a day. I wish you all have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you very much for attending this early morning class, and we'll see you again. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya Vamcha Patita Nama Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Hare Kruti Vaishnav Vrunda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Wonderful class,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.